Hello guys, welcome back to Was It Poppin'. So this is a video I've been wanting to do for a while, but not many people have watched Multiverse of Madness, and since now it's on Disney Plus, it's on a major streaming platform. I feel like it's a good time to do this video because more people are asking this question. Who is America Chavez? Like, who the hell is she? Where did she come from? And why does she play such a big role in this movie with Doctor Strange? What the hell is happening? These are questions people are wondering. I'm here to answer them. So, America Chavez has always, in the comics and even in this movie, she is basically a young girl who is born in another dimension, and she had two parents, and both her parents are mothers, and they were big mystical warriors in that dimension. And as America Chavez grew up, she had discovered her powers, which is she could basically rupture the space-time continuum. She could open portal and dimensions between universes. So one day when she was young, she accidentally opened a portal that sucked both her parents in, and then she was left alone in that universe. And as she was growing up, she was learning her powers. She kept jumping from universe to universe, not knowing what to happen, where to go. And at last she met one of the variants of Doctor Strange in one of the universe. And that Doctor Strange basically used her to get the Book of Vishanti, which finally he died, and she managed to escape another portal, which brings her to Earth 616, which is our Earth, Doctor Strange. So basically, in the comics or in this movie also, let's talk about the MCU version of America Chavez. Let's not get confused with the comics. So the MCU version of America Chavez, her powers are basically rupturing through a dimension and portal in a star shaped, and she also has the ability to fly up, more like jump up, and also move elements. Like, let's say she kicks a rock, the rock can fall down the shape of so basically element manipulation. So those are some of her powers, and we saw how important her powers, how important were opening portals to other dimensions of her, because it's very important, because there are a lot of dimensions in other variants out there, and she's the only one that can be used to open portals, which is a very very important power, which is being chased by people. So in this movie we saw like how Doctor Strange and all, like their whole journey about it. I don't want to go into too much, you can watch the movie yourself. So the question everyone is asking is, what happens now? Because from what we saw the last part of Doctor Strange 2, Doctor Strange left her in Kamatash, the mystical, and she was learning the mystical art. She was learning how to use magic. So we know she was learning how to use magic. So now maybe next time we see her, she can use magic, and she can also use her already powerful powers. So it's very very interesting about what her powers and how powerful she can be in the future. But now, when she turned magic, what is actually supposed to happen? From the knowledge we have in the comics and the way we see the MCU bring in these young characters, most likely they are trying to build up the young Avengers, the next group of Avengers, which is basically gonna be consist of Captain Marvel. It's gonna be consist of Kate Bishop from Hawkeye. She's gonna be consist of America Chavez, and it's gonna be compromised of actually Elia Bradley and Maximoff twins. As we seen the other variants of dimensions, she always has two twins. So basically those two twins are gonna be in there, and they are basically, with this, they are trying to build up the next young Avengers, which is going to be really interesting, because it is a very very tricky thing to do. because of the amount of history the main Avengers has had, with Iron Man, Hulk. I will go with the OG Iron Man, Hulk, Thor, Captain America, Black Widow, Hawkeye. So it is a very sensitive subject to touch on, the Avengers. And now they're trying to be the young Avengers. It's going to be really interesting because, first off, you know, it's going to be a lot more powerful than the original Avengers. Like, you have people here who Kate Bishop, I would say, better version of Hawkeye. She could have possibly Maximoff twins. We don't know what the Maximoff twins powers are gonna be. Are they gonna be like the mother? They're gonna become wizards or witch? I don't know how that's gonna work. And we know America Chavez, punches through dimensions. So it's gonna be a really interesting dynamic on what they're gonna bring in. I hope they bring in Yelena Bolonov. Is that her name? Black Widow's sister. That would be an interesting addition also to the Young Avengers. So yeah, that is basically the future and the hope of America Chavez. We hope to see in the future, and I think that because she played a very major role in Doctor Strange 2 and had a considerable amount of history of her in the movie, they said that there could be a potential of having a whole film or maybe a series in the progression of discovering her magical powers. Like, I'm not just saying magical